Hey guys, so today I'm going to make cookies. I'm going to demonstrate on how I make cookies. Yes, I use a pre-mixed packet, which we'll just cover the name because I'm not promoting them. But these are great, and I'm going to make cookies for you. It's obviously going to be a short period of time, but what we do is pretty much the same. It's pretty self-explanatory. So, for this recipe, first and foremost, wait, back up a second. Pull your hair up. Never cook in your kitchen, regardless whether you're making cookies or whether you're making dinner or what you're making. Don't cook with your hair down. That's just gross. You wouldn't want somebody to prepare your food at a restaurant with their hair everywhere and in your food. So, the first thing you're gonna do is a stick of butter, softened in a bowl, not melted, softened. So I've actually had this one sitting here for about an hour or two. Then you're gonna take the package of sugar cookie mix. You're just simply following the recipe on the back, but it can be fun. You can add stuff to it. Today I'm gonna actually add some white chocolate chips to the recipe, and we'll go from there. So after you've added your softened butter and your mix to your bowl, to your mixing bowl, you have 1 egg. These are for drop cookies, not like for cutout cookies. For cutout cookies, it requires more of your eggs and more of your butter. And I believe actually you're adding flour to that part, but we're not doing that. So I am going to get a little bit fancier and use white chocolate chips. I don't know about you, but I have a sweet tooth. So, I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt, right? So we're going to add as much as you want. This is more of a preference thing where you are not going to have a set amount that you will mix in together. I'm going to mix maybe a half a cup into mine because it's not going to be an insane amount. So to mix mine, you're not going to take a blender. You don't want it to be super smooth. So you're just going to blend all the parts together, including the butter. And the butter is going to just kind of be chunky. But if you just keep blending and blending and blending, it will eventually kind of come together, and then you'll be able to where you can drop it onto a pan. Also, you may want to go ahead and preheat your oven, which I actually forgot to do, to 375. The instructions call for 375, and you're going to leave it in there until they are light to golden brown, which tends to run anywhere from, oops, can't cook and not make a mess, but it's going to run from anywhere from 10 to 12 minutes is your cooking time. And this is actually taking longer to mix together than it was earlier. You're also going to have to get your hands dirty. I'll go ahead and say that. So if you have rings or you're worried about getting something dirty, then don't do this. But what I end up doing is when I'm blending it and I'm putting my drop cookies on my pan, I always use my hands. Some people prefer to use a spoon, or some people prefer to roll them out and cut them. I know my grandmother used to cut her cookies, but she is no longer with us, and she would probably prefer to do it by hand. I don't know. So, after you've blended your cookie stuff, it's gonna be kind of like this, like kind of sticky, but kind of not, because it's not a runny texture. So I go in with my hands. I've already washed my hands. And I actually go in and create just little balls. So you just kind of creating a ball, and then you're going to come over to your pan and just place it. So it's easier to do with your hands, or I find it's easier to do with your hands than it is with actually like cutting it out. It's a lot messier. But if you like to make all the cute little designs and stuff like that, then that's always good too. Now I know that I only have several minutes, I guess, to have these cookies made, so I actually made a pre-batch earlier. So I'm just going to show you the routes of what I do, and then it's messy. It's very messy. Okay, so I've got 5 cookies here on the pan. Oven is preheated to 375, and that's good. Once you get your cookies put out on a pan, and again, I only did 5 because I simply wanted to show you the process of the cookies. They don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be mixed entirely together. It is something that is just an old-fashioned cookie, even though it's store-bought with the mix. So once your oven is preheated to 375, you're going to put your cookies in the oven. I watch mine, but it is a 10 to 12 minute process, but I watch mine a lot because I like mine a little doughier. So I throw them in the oven at 375 for approximately 10 minutes. Keep an eye on those. But like I said earlier, I went ahead and made some cookies this morning to show you because I can't do it all in one day. So everybody likes a sugar cookie.